Trump's birthright citizenship, U.S. tourist visas. ICE will arrest anyone found in U.S. Medicaid data handoff. President Trump's push to end birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants has been blocked by federal courts. Judge Joseph LaPlante issued a nationwide injunction after the administration failed to appeal, while Judge Leo Sorokin in Boston criticized the executive order's vagueness and signaled continued resistance. States argue the order is unconstitutional and burdens public services, while the administration insists such children fall outside 14th Amendment protections. Meanwhile, a secretive agreement now permits ICE to access personal data of 79 million Medicaid recipients to locate undocumented immigrants, prompting lawsuits from at least 20 states over privacy violations and fears of deterring medical care. Separately, ICE Acting Director Todd Lyons confirmed intensified immigration enforcement, including the catch-and-revoke policy targeting even legal immigrants involved in crime. ICE plans expanded foreign criminal data use, employer crackdowns, and collateral arrests. Additionally, a $250 visa integrity fee for most non-immigrant applicants begins in FY 2025, drawing criticism for its unclear execution and potential damage to U.S. tourism. The Trump administration's aggressive immigration agenda is facing increasing legal and public resistance. From attempt to end birthright citizenship and new visa fees, to expanded ICE enforcement and controversial data sharing with Medicaid, multiple policies are under intense scrutiny. Federal courts, state lawsuits, and civil rights advocates are pushing back amid ongoing legal battles. If you're interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Trump's birthright citizenship order remains blocked as lawsuits march on after Supreme Court ruling. President Donald Trump's attempt to end birthright citizenship for children born in the United States to undocumented immigrants has been temporarily blocked by the courts. U.S. District Judge Joseph LaPlante in New Hampshire issued a nationwide injunction that recently went into effect after the Trump administration failed to file an appeal. This order halts the enforcement of Trump's executive directive, which aimed to deny automatic U.S. citizenship to children born to non-citizen parents. In Boston, U.S. District Judge Leo Sorokin also heard arguments challenging the executive order. While he hasn't yet ruled, Sorokin appeared receptive to keeping his prior injunction in place. He criticized the federal government for not offering a clear alternative or concrete plan on how to narrow the scope of the injunction. States challenging the order argue that the executive action is unconstitutional and would impose severe financial burdens by disrupting access to public services. The Trump administration contends that such children are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and therefore not entitled to citizenship under the 14th Amendment. While the Supreme Court has recently limited the use of nationwide injunctions by lower courts, it left room for broad rulings in class action lawsuits or suits brought by states. The core constitutional question remains unresolved. Trump administration hands over Medicaid recipients' personal data, including addresses, to ICE. A controversial new agreement between the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and the Department of Homeland Security has granted Immigration and Customs Enforcement access to sensitive personal information of 79 million Medicaid enrollees. This agreement allows ICE to view, but not download, data such as names, addresses, birth dates, racial and ethnic details, and social security numbers in an effort to locate immigrants believed to be living in the U.S. unlawfully. Although officials claim the purpose is to ensure that Medicaid benefits are not improperly accessed by non-citizens, critics say the agreement marks a dangerous breach of privacy and trust. The data sharing initiative has sparked legal and political outrage, particularly from states that expanded Medicaid access to undocumented immigrants without federal funding during the Biden administration. At least 20 states have filed lawsuits alleging violations of federal health privacy laws. Lawmakers, including Senator Adam Schiff, argue that such surveillance tactics will deter vulnerable populations from seeking emergency medical care. While DHS insists the effort is a cost-saving measure, internal emails show CMS lawyers hesitated due to ongoing litigation. Despite concerns, DHS has been allowed access during restricted hours through September 9th, intensifying fears of a broader crackdown on immigrant communities using public health services. ICE agents will arrest anyone they find in the country, says U.S. Immigration Chief. Amid rising immigration enforcement under the Trump administration, Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons emphasized a renewed crackdown on all individuals residing in the United States without legal status. He stressed that ICE agents will arrest anyone found to be in the country unlawfully, regardless of whether they have a criminal record. Lyons reaffirmed the agency's detain to remove strategy, underscoring that detention is not punitive but meant to facilitate swift deportation following an immigration judge's ruling. He also highlighted the government's catch and revoke policy, which targets even visa and green card holders involved in criminal activity, warning that legal status offers no immunity from enforcement. The agency has broadened its scope to include access to foreign criminal records, enabling to identify and detain not just known criminals, but also other undocumented individuals found with them. Lyons confirmed that so-called collateral arrests are part of the strategy. In addition to targeting individuals, he warned that companies knowingly employing undocumented workers will face serious penalties. He accused some elected officials of contributing to rising threats against ICE agents through public doxing and rhetoric that endangers officer safety. Despite limited resources, Lyons insists the agency remains focused on removing the most serious offenders while reinforcing the rule of law. What travelers should know about new $250 integrity fee for U.S. tourist visas. A new $250 visa integrity fee is set to impact most travelers applying for non-immigrant visas to the United States during fiscal year 2025, following the recent passage of a comprehensive legislative package signed by President Trump. The law, which includes wide-ranging changes to tax, spending, and immigration policies, grants the Department of Homeland Security the authority to impose this additional fee. The policy excludes citizens from over 40 countries that are part of the visa waiver program. For others, the fee is mandatory and non-waivable, though reimbursement may be possible for those who do not overstay their visa or engage in unauthorized employment. Despite its inclusion in the law, there is currently no timeline or clarity on how the fee will be implemented or how refunds will be processed. The U.S. Travel Association and other industry leaders have voiced strong concerns, warning that the increased costs and lack of clarity could significantly discourage tourism. Critics argue that the fee, which raises the cost of travel to the U.S. by 144%, adds complexity without addressing key issues like lengthy visa interview wait times. With major global events like the World Cup and Summer Olympics on the horizon, experts fear this fee could undermine U.S. efforts to boost international travel and tourism. With key policies blocked or challenged and public criticism growing, the future direction of U.S. immigration enforcement remains uncertain. As lawsuits move forward and court rulings unfold, the long-term impact on immigrants, travelers, and public services continues to be a matter of national debate. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
From Birthright Citizenship, U.S. tourist visas, ICE will arrest anyone found in a U.S. Medicaid data handoff. President Trump's push to end birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants has been blocked by federal courts. Judge Joseph LaPlante issued a nationwide injunction after the administration failed to appeal. While Judge Leo Solkin in Boston criticized the executive order, vigorous and a signal continued resistance. States argue the order is unconstitutional and burdens public services, while the administration insists such children fall outside 14th Amendment protections. Meanwhile, a secretive agreement now permits ICE to assess personal data of 79 million Medicaid recipients to locate undocumented immigrants, prompting lawsuits from at least 20 states over privacy violation and fears of deterring medical care. Separately, ICE Acting Director Todd Lyons confirmed intensified immigration enforcement, including the catch and revoke policy targeting even legal immigrants involved in crime. ICE plan expanded foreign criminal data use employer crackdown and collateral arrest. Additionally, a $250 visa integrity fee for most non-immigrant applicants began in FY 2025, drawing criticism for its unclear exposure and potential damage to U.S. tourism.